So skip that part, and also know a little bit about you guys and your businesses, which is really fantastic. So today's agenda, I just thought it would be really useful to go through what is marketing as a whole, as a concept. Because let's be honest, around the room here, if we have a lot of good ideas and we don't actually get it out there into the market and actually tell people about it in the right way, no one's going to use it, right? And your ideas won't take off. So to actually give the idea life, you have to make sure that you're going out there and telling people about it in the right way. So I'm going to show you different marketing tactics that we can use. And then after that, we're going to think about the new marketing channels that are currently out there and how to actually leverage those online. So as we all know, given that you guys are in the online space, working on apps and different Chrome extensions and things like that, you want to make sure there's a bit of a viral mouth of words that are going around that people are actually going to be using and telling each other about it. So how do we use those channels as well? And then thirdly, we're going to think about growth marketing as a concept and how to apply that and grow yours even further by thinking about the lean startup concept and actually how to accelerate the growth. And then lastly, we're going to think about your group projects. We're going to go around, break up into groups, and obviously you guys are already in your relative places, and then we'll go through some of the key things that you can think about for your current idea at the moment. So first of all, what is marketing, right? At the whole basic level of it, it's essentially just promoting a product or service that you're offering. And these are like the old marketing ideas back in the day. Obviously, we had telemarketing. I mean, you guys probably still have people calling your house, right, selling something to you. You have the print, which is basically on magazines, newspaper ads. But then again, it's very hard to measure because how do you know how many people have actually seen the ad and actually taken action on the back of that, right? Then we also have mass broadcasts. So you have these TV ads, radio ads, where essentially, it's a mass broadcasting to everyone out there, but you don't really know how they're taking action on the back of that message. And then lastly, we have direct mail. So we used to get those from time to time. Obviously, those little letters where it tells you to go buy something or coupons for you to use in the supermarkets. So that's the good old-fashioned marketing tactics. And now we also have these new ones online. So starting off with website, how do you actually make sure you rank on search engines, right? When people find you and they're looking for something, you're literally there on the first page. How do you use social media? I mean, earlier I talked to you guys about Instagram or Snapchat. So where is your audience hanging out right now, and how do you go find them? How do you actually get their attention? Because attention now is money, isn't it? Paid search ads. So this is where, how do you increase your ranking by paying, let's say Google, to rank your website top ahead of everyone else? And obviously there's a whole strategy behind that as well, and how to use that effectively. Email marketing. So instead of going to people's mailboxes directly versus a paper, how do you actually get into their inbox and get their attention opening it as well? And also getting more email subscribers over time so your audience grows. And that's something that you actually own, rather than just social media where tomorrow Facebook can go bankrupt and you lose all your audiences there. Content marketing. So this is where you guys can think about, for instance, on YouTube, how do you make amazing YouTube videos to get people's attention? How do you create blog posts that goes viral, right? And how do you make amazing visuals on Instagram where people are liking that photo, commenting on it, and want to be part of your group or your idea? And lastly, this is probably something that's very relevant to you guys, is the community side. So on subreddits, where you can share your ideas, product hunt, where essentially you can share your new startup idea and get people to support it. Startup Tracker, Springwise, these are just some examples of communities that we can go out there, which we'll talk about later. Great, well, to kick things off, I thought what I'd do is share an example with you guys of how a startup have actually used these new marketing channels and actually got customers, and now they're actually grown to be a multi-billion-pound company and just listed recently in the UK stock market. So HelloFresh, does anyone here have families that use it? Recipe boxes, you know what I'm talking about. So basically what they do is they send them recipe boxes to your house with a week worth of basically all planned out meals. And the good thing about this is that you don't waste any food because everything is pre-measured and you get exactly what you need for that meal. Literally cook it and then your family have it and there's no wastage. But what's good about that is that you don't have to think about what to cook for the rest of the week. It just takes away all that issue. And people love it, and obviously they've grown quite quickly. I'm going to look at some of the ways that they use on the online channels to grow their startup. So first of all, on the new marketing channel side, they started off with their website and also paid search ads. So this is what it looks like. If you go and Google food delivery right now, you'll most likely see on the top 3 or 2 ads here, and HelloFresh is actually listed at the top 1. So this is where you then bid in real time, according to obviously Google's algorithm and also what you currently have as an ad and your keywords on how you want to rank in that search result, the paid ones. So here clearly HelloFresh must have the best quality ad. They also have the highest bidding, probably saying that I want to pay more to be shown. And essentially they're being ranked number 1 there as a paid search. And down here, this is where the organic happens. So right after all the paid ads are shown, the first one is actually by Uber Eats. Can anyone see that? So Uber Eats clearly have done really good search engine optimization to tell Google, look, we're the top quality website. So when people search for food delivery, show us first. And that itself takes a bit longer. This is obviously a shortcut because you're paying for Google to show you, right? Or this, it really shows you how you can spend your time over time to build your content, build your credibility across the internet to actually be ranked number 1 as an organic search. So that's one of the tactics. And now we have social media, which is probably for you guys the most familiar version of it. And we have HelloFresh here on Instagram, which for them as a food brand works really well because they're very visual in terms of what they offer. And they can obviously share a lot of recipes into their Instagram story highlights up here. And they can interview chefs and obviously take lots of good pictures of their food. So Instagram worked really well for them. And they also are on Twitter. So here they're actually sharing their upcoming, looks like a contest where you can apply for, and you get paid 600 quid to test out their brand new family recipes. So again, that's getting some engagement in there on Twitter, but also getting people to actually attract the people from Twitter's audience into their own website. Because clearly here they have to sign up for that on the link. And we also have email marketing. So on their website, when you go to hellofresh.co.uk, you actually have like email sign up bar here. So it says keep up to date with delicious recipes, offers, and news. And then down here you have obviously kind of what you're going to get in your boxes each week. So this is another way to attract the audiences who are visiting your website into your own email list. And what that gives you is then your own audience, right? Because now you can email them every single week with whatever you want to be messaging, and they get it. Whereas with any social media channels or other online channels, you have to actually pay to be seen. As we all know with Facebook nowadays, Facebook ads are out there and you pay for it. And sometimes it may not be as cheaply as it used to be. So these things will change, but email lists will be always your own audience. So something to think about as well. Content marketing. So when you go to HelloFresh's website, they actually have a whole section where they have their recipes listed. And this is where you can actually surf through them, see which one that works for you. And without buying the recipe boxes, you can then just actually go ahead and cook their recipe from the website. So again, it's offering free content for your audiences, but it's attracting them to come to your website in the first place, right? When people are Googling recipes, which is actually one of the highest, kind of search results on the internet, people obviously always searching for what to cook tonight. And these are one of the ways to actually get them to your website as well. So think about innovative ways to do that across the board. And lastly, on communities. So this is the part where for you guys, obviously later on when we think about this from a startup perspective and also your ideas, where are your communities currently living on in terms of these areas, right? So it could be subreddit, like subreddit/r/startup, or maybe r/entrepreneurs, or things like that, where you can actually go to these communities and share your ideas, and people can actually support them and come to your website and check out what it's all about. So that's kind of all the new marketing channels I want to go through a quick overview. And then I want you guys actually use this later on in your toolkit when it comes to planning your growth marketing strategy. So with growth marketing, it's actually attracting more engaged customers rather than just getting customers in. So that's a huge difference here versus just having what we've seen earlier. And the reason for that is you actually want customers to stick around, especially in the early stages when you're growing your startup and you have lots of customers coming to the top of the funnel, which is basically kind of knowing about you. But then are they going to be actually paying and sticking around and engaging with your apps, engaging with your Chrome extensions, and actually using it actively, right, all the time. So every single one of you in your team is actually part of the growth team, and you can think of it in that way. There's not just a one marketer contributing, and I'll tell you why in a moment. But the key thing is to think about what is your growth goal at the moment, right? What is your objective? Is it more downloads, right? Is it more engaged users that's actively using it more than, let's say, 10 minutes a day? Is it people who actually will talk about you to other people that they know? So active advocates of your brand. So one of the good things about growth marketing as well is that you get to track everything and how it's all working for you. So analytics and also kind of insights from these online platforms will really allow you to see how much your effort has gone in actually resulted in active users, downloads, right? People who are reviewing about you on online review websites. So all these things can be trackable, which is really amazing, versus the traditional marketing channels where essentially you don't know whether your marketing message actually has gone out there to the right people. So let's get to know your business a little bit better. I mean, obviously earlier I kind of went around the room and chatted to all you guys about your businesses, and it's really interesting to hear the variety of ideas that's flowing at the moment. First of all, let's do this part together. So I'm going to break up into your separate groups that you guys are in at the moment, and let's go through these key questions and get that clarified before we actually move into the marketing strategy side. So on a pen and paper, where you guys want to have a group discussion, talk about what problems are you solving at the moment, right? What are your benefits of your product? What is your value proposition that makes you stick out across all your competitors? And then why should we care, given that there's so much noise out there at the moment in the online space, right? How do you get people's attention to just stop and know you right now and actually read about you, find out more about you? So let's take about maybe 5 to 10 minutes. I'll come around as well to different groups and we can chat about it as well. Write down on your notebook on some of these key answers, and obviously we can talk about it later.